You step into a crowded room, voices swirling around you like a storm. Faces blur, laughter echoes, but inside, something feels off-detached, hollow, heavy. You've spent so long trying to tune into others, to absorb their pain, their joy, their chaos. Yet, after all that giving, a quiet exhaustion settles deep within. It's as if your very soul has been drained, worn thin by the weight of unseen burdens. You expected connection, clarity, something meaningful. But instead, there's only a hollow ache, a gnawing sense of emptiness that lingers long after the noise fades. You wonder if you're losing yourself or if this is what it means to truly see others in a world that doesn't seem to see you. And beneath it all, a whisper. Is this what it means to be an empath in a society that demands so much yet gives so little? For so long you chased validation, approval from others, success measured in external trophies, a constant hustle to fill an emptiness that only grew wider. You built a mask, a persona crafted to survive in a world that demanded more than it gave, convincing yourself that this was who you were supposed to be. But now something has shifted. The energy that once fueled your efforts feels drained, your emotions scattered and raw, as if the foundation beneath your identity is cracking open. This numbness, this confusion, it's not a malfunction. It's a sign that your old story is ending. Like a tree shedding its dying leaves in winter, you are being stripped down to something deeper. The illusion of control, the pursuit of success for its own sake, these are no longer enough. They are fragments of a narrative that no longer fits. And in this space of emptiness, something crucial is happening. You are being emptied not to break you, but to make room for rebirth. Think of it as the night before dawn, where darkness feels endless but holds the promise of new light. The ego's familiar comfort zone is dissolving, and what remains is the raw, unfiltered core of yourself waiting to be rediscovered. Awakening, after all, is not just rising, it's also surrendering what no longer serves, even if that leaves you feeling lost. This is the death before the rebirth. Imagine the soul as a quiet lake, rippling with the weight of what no longer serves. The surface may seem still, yet beneath currents of change swirl silently, unseen but relentless. This isn't chaos, this is the sacred space where transformation begins. Carl Jung spoke of the individuation process, an ancient dance of the self and shadow, of light and darkness merging into wholeness. It's like the alchemist's fire burning away the illusion that you are only what you see, only what you've been told you are. What you're experiencing now, the numbness, the confusion, is the death of an old self, a funeral for the persona that once protected you but now confines you. It's the death before the rebirth, the dark cave before the dawn. And within this darkness, a whisper emerges, soft but persistent. This pain might not be the end. It might be the opening door. The moment where the cocoon dissolves, revealing that beneath the layers of illusion, a deeper self waits, patient, wise, and wild with life. This is the beginning of remembering, not fixing, not escaping, but surrendering into the mystery. For in surrender, the soul finds its true shape, an echo of eternity, quietly waiting to be rediscovered. It's as if you're floating in a dark lake, still and deep, holding your breath beneath the surface. But beneath that calm exterior, there's an unseen force, something hidden, yet constantly whispering. This is the shadow, the part of you that Jung described as the repressed self. It's the truths you've pushed aside, the feelings too uncomfortable to face, the memories you've buried in the darkness. You may feel numb, drained, disconnected from the fire that once burned brightly within. It's not just exhaustion, it's the weight of what you've hidden from yourself. You buried your passion to survive, locking away your authentic essence. But now that numbness isn't absence. It's the echo of suppressed emotion. The wall built from fear and shame. This shadow is like a secret garden you've abandoned, overgrown and tangled, holding the fragments of your true self. It's the silent voice that urges you to remember the fire you've hidden, the parts of you that still long to be seen and loved. What if this darkness isn't an enemy, but a mirror showing you what you've neglected to acknowledge? Perhaps, in this silence, there's a quiet invitation to explore what's been buried, to listen to the whispers of your deeper self trying to break free. It's a fracture in your identity, a split that feels almost unbearable. On one side, the ego clings to the familiar rules: survival, success, the masks you've worn for so long. It remembers what's safe, what's expected, and it resists any change that threatens its foundation. On the other side, the emerging self whispers truths too vast and raw to ignore, stirring a sense of longing and uncertainty. These parts are now in conflict, neither fully in control, pulling you in opposite directions. You want to move forward, to grow into what you're becoming, but something holds you back. Your body is here, but your soul feels distant, lost in the shadows of what was. Stillness brings anxiety, and silence feels deafening. This tension, this split is exhausting, as if you're being pulled in two directions at once. Guilt gnaws at you for slipping into old patterns, shame for feeling lost again, grief for the self that's fading into the past. But understand this division is not dysfunction. It is the sacred breaking of an inner shell, a necessary step in your transformation. You are not failing, you are mid-rebirth. This internal war, painful as it is, opens the door to true alignment. It's a sign you're on the brink of becoming more authentic than ever before. But what if this tension within you is not the end, but the very beginning of something more real? This chaos you feel isn't destruction. It's the sacred alchemy of transformation. You're not breaking apart, you're breaking open, allowing the raw materials of your inner world to be reshaped. Healing isn't about erasing the past, it's about weaving it into a new, more integrated self. Think of your mind as a vast, organic architecture, each fragment, each shadow, a brick waiting to be placed with intention. Jung spoke of this process as bringing the unconscious into conscious awareness, a kind of inner excavation where the buried parts of you are illuminated and welcomed home. This chaos is the soil in which your new self is growing. Confusion becomes the blueprint for clarity. Guilt, the gentle whisper guiding you away from false roles. Emptiness, the fertile ground for truth to emerge. You are not lost, you are composting old selves into fertile soil for your authentic being to flourish. This is psychological alchemy, pain transforming into presence, darkness turning into light, chaos becoming the foundation of your true architecture. No transformation happens in comfort. Growth often wears the mask of grief. When the soul reorganizes you, it may feel like falling apart, but beneath that disassembly is the quiet promise of coming together more whole, more real, more aligned with your deepest truth. The life you were chasing no longer fits, and that's not a failure, it's an invitation to redefine who you are from the inside out. This is a creative process, not a return. It's about building a self rooted in soul, not ego. Instead of relying on roles, achievements, or external approval, your new identity emerges from resonance, presence, and authenticity. Imagine designing a home for your soul. The framework is flexible, the walls transparent, allowing your true essence to shine through. You're learning to become transparent, wearing no masks, just pure presence. What once fueled you status, validation may fade, replaced by what genuinely feels true for you now. This shift aligns with Jung's idea of individuation, becoming the fullest expression of the self. It echoes Monty's return to authenticity and Nietzsche's call for self-creation and overcoming. You might start saying no to relationships that demand performance, leaving jobs that clash with your values, or engaging in passions that feel spontaneous and true, without needing justification. This is real freedom, conscious creation, not chaos. You're not reinventing yourself. you're revealing yourself. And as you do, you prepare to reconnect with the world, this time with new eyes, purpose, and authenticity. You become selective, not out of avoidance, but out of respect for your clarity. No longer driven by the need to prove, you participate from a place of genuine presence. This is the sacred act of reconnecting. Imagine speaking your truth, voice trembling, yet unshakable, knowing your words are medicine. You create freely, without permission, allowing your unique expression to flow like light through a window. You walk away from roles that no longer align, those masks that once defined you, feeling a quiet peace and simplicity. Your life transforms into a canvas of honest self-expression, not a battleground of approval. From this place, you attract those who resonate with your authenticity and gently release those clinging to your performance. You lead not by persuading, but by embodying your truth. And in this sacred return to yourself, you realize your truth is medicine, and sharing it is the act of healing. This is where inner awakening blossoms into outward transmission, setting the stage for a soulful, symbolic life where your presence becomes a light for others to follow. As you re-enter the world with new eyes, you begin to notice something subtle, signals woven into the fabric of life, whispers from the unconscious, dreams that speak in symbols, and synchronicities that seem to align with your inner truth. According to Jung, this is the realm of the symbolic life, a space where meaning is no longer only literal, but layered with archetypes, metaphor, and mystery. It's not superstition, it's a profound form of psychological and spiritual intelligence, guiding you beyond surface appearances into a deeper understanding. Imagine dreams that reveal emotional truths, recurring symbols that mirror internal shifts, gut feelings that steer you toward authentic action, or nature and art that seem to speak directly to your soul. This perception demands stillness, trust, and a willingness to embrace the unknown, to feel rather than solely think. As Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, and the symbolic life is the next step in that journey where unconscious messages become partners in your unfolding. Here, life ceases to be a series of problems to solve and becomes a poetic dance of meaning. You stop asking for signs and start seeing them everywhere. Symbols shape your path, inviting participation, co-creation, and truthful response. In this sacred dialogue, life invites you to listen, to respond, and to embody your deepest self. From this space, your contribution flows authentic, inspired, and aligned with the quiet, powerful voice of your soul. Now the time has come to share your authentic voice, not as a performance for approval, but as a genuine expression of your being. True contribution arises when you show up fully, embracing imperfections and vulnerability, trusting that your presence alone has the power to create ripples of change. Imagine channeling your soul's voice through creative projects, healing others with your lived experience, mentoring, or simply holding space with kindness and integrity. Every act rooted in authenticity becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of your legacy. As Jung teaches, individuation culminates in service, a bridge connecting your inner wholeness with the collective good. When you align your actions with your deeper purpose, you craft a life that is both a work of art and a gift to the world. Release fears of judgment, rejection, or inadequacy. These are illusions that keep you small. Instead, step into the fullness of your truth, knowing that your unique story and gifts are needed now more than ever. Your legacy isn't about grandeur, it's about the subtle, powerful ripples generated by living with presence and integrity. Remember, this isn't a finish line, it's a new beginning. Keep growing, expressing, and serving from the awakened space within you. Your light is a beacon guiding others home.